Hello everybody, my name is Gabriel and I'm here to make another video, quick video about a nuclear receptor, specifically the Ank. But before I go ahead and do any of that, let me first say real quick, Pyradyne is a fantastic company. I mean, just so you know, I'm not being paid by Pyradyne. There's no sponsorship, nothing. Okay, so don't get that confused. I'm a regular customer, buy my stuff, you know, get no special discounts, you know. Okay, so just want to full disclosure there. So the reason I hold them up on a pedestal here is because their customer service skills, it's fantastic. It's beyond, you know, what I expected from them. 10 out of 10 communication, 10 out of 10 customer satisfactory, you know, just 10 out of 10, you know. And the reason I say that is because I know when you purchase one of their products, you know, it's, you know, you're spending a pretty penny, you know, whether you're buying a Pyradyne, entry-level receptor, you know, sterling silver receptor, or the quantum series, you know, whatever, you know, this, I know it's not cheap, you know, I know I paid a decent amount of money. I mean, the Ank cost $2,000 for crying out loud, and you know, you're at the keyboard about to hit that submit key, you know, should I buy it? It's a lot of money. I could probably do, you know, other things with that money, you know, and as a matter of fact, especially when you have other people, like my girlfriend who's continuously pointing out, you shouldn't have bought that, it's a lot of money, could have done a lot of different things with it. And I'm like, you don't understand, you know, but you will soon. So, and let me tell you, it's you know, I'm just completely satisfied with it, you know. Ative, fantastic guy, very communicative, you know. You know, we go back and forth sometimes, you know, I got a question here and there, a comment here and there, or an experience, you know, to share with him, you know. Megan, I've not had the privilege of talking to Megan yet. I know when I was looking into, you know, buying a receptor, she did return one of my phone calls, but like I said, I was at work, missed it, would have loved to have spoken with her, and I still may, you know, you never know. But I know both of them are, you know, they had a really big change recently with, you know, having a child now, and congratulations on that. But yeah, so I just want to go ahead and just say that real quick. You guys, I know it's a lot of money, you know, I know it's not an easy decision to make, especially when you're coming at this and you're completely new and you're like, what is this, you know, should I buy it, you know. The first thing I will say is talk to them, you know, ask your questions, you know, if you're unsure, insecure about it, you know, whatever, you have any doubts, you know, let's be honest, you know, 9 out of 10 people have doubts about this, I did. To reach out over the other people in the comment section, you know, I'm sure some of them are willing to, you know, share a thing or two, you know, or reach out over to me. I mean, you know, I'm not pro, you know, I've listened to many hours of Fred Bell shows just like everybody else, but, you know, do your research, and I think you'll find that there's a reason why the company, you know, is still around after, you know, so many years. And I know that Megan is doing a fantastic job with the company, keeping Fred, you know, stream alive, and I know somewhere up there, you know, he's looking down at Megan and be like, yeah, good job, you know. So anyways, now that I've, you know, said what I had to say about that, let's go ahead and talk about what I really want to talk about today. So I did get my Ank replaced, okay, several reasons, but what matters is that Pyradyne was awesome and kind enough to offer a replacement, you know, and all I had to do was just wait for it, you know, and I'm an impatient person, you know, and I apologize you guys over there at Pyradyne for being so impatient, but that's, you know, you just want it, you know. So so the one I had before was a gold plated, okay, with aquamarines on the bridges, with a peridot stone in the middle, which is yellow and green stone in there. And what I got now is a beautiful pure silver. There are no, it's non-plated, no gold, no platinum, just regular. It's being put against the sun. And instead of having aquamarines on the bridges, it actually has zircon now, which is a pretty substantial difference between what I was feeling before and what I was feeling afterwards with this new stone here. Oh, stones I should say, because more than one stone on the bridge, right? And the original Ank, I had a fantastic experience with it, but then it got to a point where it's just felt like it was just too much, you know. And everybody's ever worn a receptor that they'll know, they'll tell you in their own way, to the best of their abilities, that it's a little overwhelming sometimes, you know, especially when we go through the detox, you know. And with me, I was experiencing some things, you know, physical things that was making it harder for me to function normally. So finally, I got my new one, put it on. Unlike the other one, which was overwhelming, the first day I put it on, this one was not overwhelming. I actually can wear this 24/7 without any issues whatsoever. And one of the biggest things for me that I lost was I sort of had a sleeping pattern back when I had the original Ank, and you know, things started kind of being sporadic a little bit after that. And then after getting this one here, my sleeping pattern has returned. Now, for somebody who has insomnia, somebody who's had insomnia all of their life, let me tell you, there's nothing more amazing than being able to sleep normally, like a normal person, you know. I used to be awake at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I gotta wake up at 5:30 in the morning, you know, and drive an hour and a half to work, 8 hours, hour and a half back home, you know, and it's a terrible way to live, let me tell you. And after wearing this receptor, almost immediately, actually, pretty sure even from day one, it was like 9 o'clock, not even 9 o'clock, it was like 8:30 or something like that. I'm like, already yawning. And by 9, 10 o'clock, I mean, an uncontrollable urge to sleep, like I cannot stay awake. Like, oh my God, I gotta fight it, you know? And, you know, lucid dreams, you know, when I say lucid dreams, I mean, I'm immediately in REM sleep, you know, which is the biggest thing. I mean, oh my Jesus, you know? It's pretty fantastic. So, to be able to sleep like a normal person, which 99% of you know, take for granted, you know, and I know that 1% who, you know, has insomnia, you know, will definitely can relate to, you know. And the number one, two, you know, the second most important thing about this specific Ank, which is almost as big as just the first one, meaning me being able to sleep, is the energy that I have. Oh my God. You know, I have thyroid issues, and because I have thyroid issues, you know, my energy is all over the place, you know, and there's nothing worse than, you know, and than just, on top of not being able to sleep, you're tired all the time, you know, and it's horrible, you know. You get home at 6 o'clock, you know, and you don't feel like doing anything because you're just tired, you know, you're exhausted, you know, for no reason. I mean, I'm taking phone calls all day. I'm on a chair, you know, it's not physical stressing, you know. Even when I did my job as an on-site technician, I'll still feel terribly tired. And it's, you know, it takes a toll, you know, to be like that. And after wearing this, can't explain it, but I have so much energy. You know, I know the Zircons, for example, does focus on energy, you know, circulation, for so forth, and I know that I've had circulation problems before because, you know, of some of the things that I was doing to fix a torn, partially torn tendon in my Achilles. And you know, I took a couple quarters of shots, so it messed up my body, you know. And on top of that, you know, I have thyroid issues, you know. And all I can say is, I'm out going on bicycle runs, you know, which is something I wasn't able to do before because I was just always too tired, you know. I used to start going back to the gym after work now, you know, because before I'll get home from work, and the last thing I want to do is do anything. And now I have so much energy, it's incredible, you know. And thirdly, which isn't necessarily new, it's more my stress, you know, has gone down substantially, because, you know, it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's like many of the things that I normally put energy into getting upset about or angry about and so forth, it's not there anymore. You know, it's like something happens and you're ready to react, right? And then your body just doesn't do anything. You're like, really? Okay, awesome. You know, and so that's actually pretty cool. You know, and I was experiencing that with the previous Ank that I had. You know, but as I started, you know, feeling physically ill with it, you know, for whatever reason, you know, it's one of those things that I finally was able to, you know, remedy by, you know, getting this particular one, you know, which, oddly enough, this is what I originally tested for, you know. And that might have something to do with it, you know. I really can't explain it, but I was expecting the silver to be overwhelming, you know, especially when it comes to, you know, the detox with it. But all I can tell you is that it's been a pretty amazing experience, and I've only had it for, what, going on my second week? Was it my third week? I think it's going on my third week now. This will be my third week. And, you know, it's pretty cool, you know. I've played around with it a couple times, you know, and I had my mom wear it for a second, you know. I've had my girlfriend wear it. I've had, you know, a friend at the gym wear it, you know. And I muscle test them. They all muscle test strongly when they have it on, you know, and, which is pretty cool to see, to be honest with you. And, but, you know, those are the three biggest things, you know. And as far as, you know, everything else, you know, I've become a little bit more intuitive, a little bit more sensitive to being around people, you know, in a good way, you know. Sometimes overwhelming, so I guess in that respect it can be a little bad. If you are sensitive to being around people, you'll know what I mean. If you don't worry about it, you know, it's something you'll experience, so may not experience it. Everybody who wears this has a completely different experience with it, you know. And all I can tell you is that it's worth every penny, you know. Every day, you know, I have somebody who doesn't believe in this and be like, hey, believe you spend that much money on it, and I'm like, yeah, I can definitely believe that I spend that kind of money on it with a smile. So other than that, I think that's all I really want to say for this video real quick. Maybe if you're looking at this video, you're thinking, what about the other experiences yet, you know? But look, I want to keep things as real, as, you know, tangible as possible, you know, stuff that, you know, people can relate to, you know, things like being able to sleep normally, stress over going out, you know. The one thing I will say though is when I wear this, I get a little tingly sensation in my thyroid, which oddly enough, you know, obviously the green focuses on the thyroid, you know. My digestive system is working better. When I tore my Achilles tendon, that caused a lot of stress when I was 18, and let me tell you, it shredded my body in the most horrendous way. You know, my esophagus has lesions as a result of it. This happened almost 12 years ago, and I'm still suffering from it now, you know. But it's gotten better substantially just within the last 2 weeks, you know. And I am excited to see what's going to happen a month from now, 3 months from now, a year from now. Oh my God, you know, I really am definitely looking forward to it. But other than that, you know, definitely if you're considering buying a receptor, you know, don't jump the gun. Don't think, oh, I gotta go with the most expensive one first, or I gotta go, you know, race to get a diamond on my receptor. It doesn't normally work that way. You know, you go with what you need, and then you stay there for a while, you know. And reap the benefits, you know. The one thing I will say is the detox on this. I know it sounds weird, but it is a real thing. I got a constant ringing in my ear, which is, you know, that varies from a very light pitch to a very strong pitch. So like a bell, like bing, but there's you know, the severity differ sometimes, you know. Sometimes really soft, other ones really hard, like distractingly hard, like you swear there's like an airplane, you know, in the background or something. It's like, what is this, you know? It's not as bad as the other one I had. The other unk that I had was a rough ringing in the ear. That was really uncomfortable when it would happen. But anyways, so those are, again, those 4 things I talked about with this unk. So I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to leave a comment below. You know, feel free to send me a message. Definitely feel free to send Pyradyne a message, you know. I'll link their website down below. Again, I am not being sponsored by them. They're not giving me any deals. They're not doing anything, okay? So, you know, if they did, believe me, one, I would say it, 2, it'll be awesome, you know. So, you know, so we'll, you know, full disclosure there. So, okay, well, I hope you guys have a fantastic day or night, depending on where you are. And if I have something new to talk about, you know, I'll definitely will make another video. There's, you know, there's a couple of things I have been meaning to do, like make a video about the pyramids. I have a few pyramids here that I've been toying around with, which is really fun to actually play with. So, but I'll leave it at that. So. So, alright, so be safe, everybody. You guys over at Pyradyne, keep doing what you're doing. Megan, you focus on being a mom. Atif, you're the man of the house, so you have to be a dad and focus on bringing in, you know, taking care of that family. So, but alright, man, so, or everybody, I should say. So, man, that's talking to Atif if it was here. So, alright, so, hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll leave it at that, okay? Bye-bye.